time. But other than that, it is 11:15, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for joining me in today's stretch and core class. As always, if you have a dumbbell or a weight, feel free to add it for some of our movements. If you don't, we can still do the exercises without the weights. The way I have class set up today is we will be doing one circuit. It has 4 exercises, and we'll be doing 2 rounds for that circuit, 2 sets per exercise, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest each. So I will go ahead and demo what our 4 exercises will be. We're going to start with an extended crunch. So you'll be laying on your back, and you start with your arms and legs extended, and then you just bring both into the chest and then back out for that crunch. If you have that weight, you can hold onto it while you do the crunch. And then our second exercise will be a sit-up with an overhead press. So if you have a weight, if you don't, your arms will still be here in front of your chest. You will be sitting up, bringing your head and shoulders off the ground, and then raising your arms overhead. And then coming back down to repeat that sit-up with the overhead press. And then our third exercise will be laying on our back, arms and legs extended again. We're doing an alternating toe touch. So you're bringing your hands to that opposite foot, making sure you're lifting that shoulder blade off the ground, just like so. Going diagonal, alternating with each one. And then our last exercise, we will just be doing a half bicycle. So if you, again, have a weight or water bottle, you can hold that weight over your head. Otherwise, you can just keep your hands on the ground. You can have your knees up in the air, and then you're just going to alternate those leg extensions as if you're riding a bike. Again, as always, making sure you're doing that pelvic tilt, lower back, pressed flat on the ground. Other than that, we are getting started. For those of you that may have missed it, it is 2 rounds for this one circuit, 2 sets per exercise, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We're getting started with an extended crunch. If you have a weighted dumbbell, feel free to use it. Otherwise, go ahead, lay on your back, arms and legs extended. We're going to crunch in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and start. Just bring it knee and the hands in. As you're crunching in, you're lifting those shoulders off the ground. We got 15 seconds. Try to keep that lower back flat when you extend out. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We have 1 more set for this exercise before we move on to those sit-ups. Arms and legs extended in position. We're crunching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and start. Halfway, 20 seconds left. Try and give me 1 more. Go ahead and rest. Bend those legs so your feet are flat. We got the sit up, bringing your head and shoulders off the ground to that overhead press. We're getting started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, sit on up. Remember, you don't have to have that weight. You can just raise your hands overhead. 20 seconds left. Five seconds. Try and give me one more. Go ahead and rest. Back down on the ground. Same exercise. Second set. Same timing. 40 seconds of work. 20 seconds of rest. We're sitting up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're starting. Twenty seconds, halfway. Two, one. Go ahead and rest. Lay on back. Arms and legs extended. You're kind of out at that 45-degree angle. We will be doing our alternating toe touch. So you're bringing that hand to that opposite foot, making sure whichever hand's coming up, we're lifting the shoulder blade off the ground. Go ahead and start. We have 10 seconds left in this first set. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We have our second set coming up. Same exercise. Keep those arms and legs extended. We're coming up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and start. Less than 10 seconds. Go ahead and rest. Stay on your backs. We are bringing our feet in the air. Again, if you have a dumbbell or something heavy, water bottle, book, whatever it may be, you can hold it in front, overhead while we do these half bicycles in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and start. You're just alternating those leg extensions, keeping that lower back nice and flat. Ten seconds to go. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We have one more set in this first round, and then we're starting back with those extended crunches. Go ahead, get those legs up. We're starting 3, 2, 1. Alternate those leg extensions. Keep the lower back flat. Less than 15 seconds. 2, 1, go ahead and rest. We are back at the first exercise, extended crunch. Our final round, 2 sets each. Get those arms and legs extended. We will tuck them in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees and hands in. 10 seconds. 2, 1, go ahead and rest. We have our final set for this exercise. Arms and legs should be nice and extended. We're gonna bring them in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck them in. 15 seconds. Final time we're doing this exercise. 2, 1, go ahead and rest. Bend those legs, feet nice and flat. We have the sit up with the overhead press. Hands should be right above your chest. We're sitting up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the head and shoulders off the ground and raise those hands overhead. More than halfway done. Last rep. Go ahead and rest. We have 5 minutes left of class, you guys. Second set of these sit-ups. Feet flat, hands above the chest. Sitting up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and start. 15 seconds left. Give me one more rep. Go ahead and rest. Lay back down, arms and legs extended out to that 45 degrees. Alternating toe touches. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that hand, opposite foot together, lifting the shoulder blade off the ground. Less than 20 seconds. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. We have one more set of this and then one final exercise. We're getting started. Arms and legs extended in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Go ahead and rest. Bring the feet or the knees in. We're going to raise them on up for this half bicycle. If you have that weight or dumbbell, feel free to hold it straight overhead. We're getting started in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and start. Keep that lower back flat. We only have one set after this. Push through. Five seconds left. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Our final set, you guys, only 40 seconds. Do it. We're getting started in 10. Raise those hands up if you have that weight or something heavy. 3, 2, 1. Halfway, final 20 seconds of the entire workout. Two, 1. Go ahead and rest. Grab some water if you need to. Catch your breath. We will go ahead and get started with our stretching. Laying on your back. Arms out to your side. Go ahead, roll onto one side, hands on top of each other. We're taking that top hand, keeping it touching the ground. We're going to swing it, doing a half circle all the way around. Keep that finger on the ground though. If there's a part where your shoulder feels extra tight, slow it down and kind of just hold it there, letting gravity bring it down, stretching out your shoulder. We're going to bring it all the way around. And then once you've reached behind your bottom, go ahead and reverse it and bring it back forward. Those parts where your shoulder feels extra tender, slow it down. Taking those nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Gonna roll back forward so your hand is back on top. Once you've reached there, we're gonna go ahead and flip on over. I will switch sides. But go ahead, flip over, and we're gonna do the same thing with your other shoulder. So keeping that top hand on the ground and nice and straight. Swing it all the way around. Nice half circle. Slowing it down. Where the shoulders feeling a little tighter than normal. Focus on that breathing. Once you've reached all the way around, go ahead, bring it back forward. Still, nice and slowly. Nice deep breaths. Bring it back on top of that hand. Once you're there, go ahead, roll onto your back. Arms and legs still extended. We're gonna pick up that right leg. Keep it straight and bring it across and over. Try and touch your left hand if you can. Still keeping that right shoulder on the ground. Three, two, one. Release that foot, bring it back. And then we're gonna take that left leg, lift it in the air, bring it across and over. Trying to reach for that right hand. Keep that left shoulder blade on the ground. Three, two, one. Bring it back. Now we're gonna roll onto our stomach. Hands by your side or by your chest. Go ahead, press on up. Take that nice deep breath in. And then we're gonna exhale and bring the butt back to the heels into that child's pose position. Go ahead, take that left hand, we're gonna flip it over and bring it across and under that right arm. And then we're just gonna place that right hand on top of the left hand. Making sure when you're in this position, you're not leaning all of that weight onto that left hip. I want you to keep your hips nice and level, so the weight should be distributed evenly. Three, two, one. Place that right hand back in front, and then the left. Now we're gonna take that right hand, flip it over, bring it across and under the left, and then place our left hand on top of that right. Three, two, one. Left hand back, right hand following. We're gonna come up, hands and knees. What we're gonna do is we're going to slide our hands forward, place the forearms on the ground, hips still in the air. Then you're gonna bring your forearms off, so just your elbows are on the ground. Hands are interlocked and they're just behind the head. Stretching out your triceps and your shoulders. So your forehead and elbow should be on the ground, hips in the air. Feel that stretch under your arms and into your shoulders. Three, two, one. Go ahead, release the fingers, place them back down on the ground. Lift the forearms off the ground, so now just the palms of your hand are on the ground. And again, press the chest into the ground, stretching out just your shoulders now. Three, two, one. We're gonna slide our palms back into quadruped position, hands and knees. You're going to come up on the toes, downward dog. We're gonna place both feet flat on the ground, stretching out your calves. Keep those legs nice and straight. Push the shoulders back as much as you need to so you can feel that stretch in your calves. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, come back up on the toes. Now we're going to take our left hand off the ground and we're going to reach that left hand to our right ankle. Three, 2, 1. Place that left hand back on the ground. Right hand up, reaching for the left ankle. 3, 2, 1. Hand back down on the ground. We are going to step our right foot forward next to our right hand into a hip flexor stretch. Go ahead, place that right or that left knee on the ground. Still in that hip flexor stretch. 3, 2, 1. We're going to place our right hand on that right knee. Come up and bend that left leg, stretching out the left quad. Leaning forward until you feel that stretch in the front of your thigh. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, release that left leg, lean back. We're going to extend that right leg. Now you're on your heels on that right foot, and then you're just going to fold forward, stretching out your right hamstring. Chin to chest. Keeping that leg nice and straight. Three, 2, 1. Come on up. Bend that right knee again. Place your hands back down on the ground so you're into that hip flexor. We're lifting that left knee off the ground. Stepping the right foot back. Now we're going to step that left foot forward into that right hip flexor. Going to do the same flow just on the opposite side now. 3, 2, 1. Place that right knee down, still in that hip flexor. Go ahead, place that left hand on that left knee, coming up tall, bending that right leg, reaching for the right ankle, stretching out your right quad, leaning forward until you feel that stretch. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, release. Push back, extending that left leg so that you're on the left heel. And we're folding forward, chin to chest, keeping that left leg nice and straight. Feel that stretch in the back of your leg. Three, 2, 1. Go ahead, roll on up. This time we're going to twist forward, placing your hands on the ground. We're going to extend that right leg up, lifting you up So now you are in an upside down V, hands on the ground in front of you, keeping both legs nice and straight. Go ahead, walk your hands over to that right side. Bend that right knee so that you are just have that left leg nice and extended. You are stretching out your left inner thigh now. Come back up. Walk the hands over to that left side. Bend that left leg so that just the right foot is on its heel, stretching out your right inner thigh now. You're going to come down low to sit back on your bottom. Take that left leg, keep it bent. But now you're bringing it down to the ground so it's in front of you, right leg still out to the side. We're taking our left hand and bring it over our head, reaching for that right toe. Three, two, one. Come back up center and then bring your hands forward into a half forward fold. Three, two, one. Roll on up nice and slowly. We're gonna switch the legs. Left leg out to that side, right leg bent in, taking that right hand, reaching over, reaching for that left toe. Three, two, one. Bring it back, center, and then bring those hands in front of you, half forward fold. Three, two, one. Roll on up, nice and slowly. Last thing we're gonna do, we are going to take both of our feet, have the bottoms of them touch, bring it in for a butterfly, sitting up nice and tall. You're going to do neck rolls. We're gonna start left to right. When you start from the bottom and go left to the back, I want you to inhale. And then when you go from that back, down, back center to the right, I want you to exhale. We're bringing it down center, still sitting up nice and tall. Take a nice good inhale, going left to back. Nice and slow, stretching that neck out. Once you've reached the back, go ahead. Exhale, back down center. We're gonna go ahead, do that 3 more times. Inhale, and then exhale. 2 more. And then exhale. Last one. And then exhale, down center. We're gonna reverse it now. So as you go right to center, inhale. And then center to left, back down, exhale out through the mouth. Go ahead 3 more times. Inhaling, and then exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. And then exhale. Go ahead, bring that neck back up. and then go ahead and release your legs back forward. That is all I have for class today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys had a great long weekend, a good holiday. Hope the rest of your week is great, and hopefully I will see you guys next week.